Good day, class. You are welcome to Isaac Humanitarian Foundation e-learning platform. Yes, this is a platform where we attend to your academic challenges. Whatever problems you have as far as your studies is concerned, here adequate attention is being given to them at Isaac Humanitarian Foundation e-learning platform. And today I remain your host, your English instructor. I am Mr. Kayode, Olugbola, your English language instructor for today. And today's class we focus centrally on the topic special tag formation. Special tag formation. Now, what is a tag? A tag is an expression from which further questions can be generated in order to ascertain fact or truth, or to emphasize an action. A statement from which further questions can be generated so as to ascertain fact or truth about an ongoing action is called a tag. When you have a sentence and from the same sentence you can generate question for the purpose of emphasis to ascertain fact or truth about the action being mentioned, it is called an instance of a tag. Now this is what I'm going to. Some expressions in English require complex process in their tag formation. The general rules of tag, you have them. Number one, that when your sentence is positive, your tag to be negative. When your sentence is negative, your tag to be positive. Those ones we are familiar with them. But there are other complex expressions in English that most students find it confusing or problematic in forming their question tag. So today's class we now focus on on the formation of tag questions for complex expressions in English. Now, what are those complex expressions that require special question tag formation? They are as follows. Number one, when a sentence contains used to. When you have used to in a sentence, the question tag, the question you generate from it, we take we take didn't plus a pronoun. Didn't plus a pronoun. When used to is used to form a sentence, the question that can be generated from it will take didn't plus a pronoun. Example, if I say they used to eat here. They used to eat here. The question tag got to be didn't they? Another example, they used to work here. They used to work here. The tag question will be didn't they? So when you have used to, the tag will take didn't plus a pronoun. Number two, when a sentence has the indefinite pronoun everybody, when you have everybody being used, you know that everybody is an indefinite pronoun. When you have everybody and nobody, when you have everybody or nobody, the two are are indefinite pronouns. When you use these two in a sentence and you want to form a tag for it, the tag will now be for everybody. Everybody will take don't plus a pronoun. Why nobody will take do plus a pronoun. Can you see? When indefinite pronouns such as everybody and nobody are used in a sentence, the question tag will be everybody will take what? Don't plus a pronoun, while the question tag for nobody what will be do plus what? A pronoun. An example, if I say everybody wants to live long in life, everybody wants to live long in life, the question tag will what will be don't they? Everybody wants to live long in life. Answer is what? Don't they? Look at this. If I use nobody now, if I say nobody wants to be poor in life. Nobody wants to be poor in life. Answer is what? Do they? Nobody wants to be poor in life. The response to that word be do they? That's another word, another special word, another instance of a special tag word formation. Number 3, when you have a request, when you have a request being made with the use of word let, when a sentence starts with let, your response will take word shall plus a pronoun. Yes, when you have a request being made with word let, your response will be what? To be shall. The question tag will take what? Shall plus a pronoun. Example, let us pray. Question, shall we? Let us eat. Shall we? Let us write. Shall we? So once you have a statement which is a request or a command that starts with what? Let, your response will take what? Shall plus a pronoun. But if you have a command, next one is what? When you have a command without let, when you have a command without let, you have a command without let, the response will take word will plus a pronoun. The response will take word will plus a pronoun. When the statement is a command without having what? Let. When a statement is a command without having let, the response word will be will plus a pronoun. Example, get out of my class. How does that mean? Will you? Keep your mouth shut. Will you? Sit. Will you? Stand. Will you? If I say you may kiss your bride, the answer is not mwa. The answer is what? Is will you? You may kiss your bride. Will you? Why? It's a command. So whenever you have a command without let, the response will to be will plus a pronoun. Take note. Also, when a sentence has a hot note, when you have hot note being used in a sentence and you have to form a tag or a question from it, the question will take word should plus a pronoun. Should plus a pronoun. Ought not, the question tag for ought not will take word should plus a pronoun. In fact, this one came out in JAM. If you check your past question, JAM 2018 question 48. 2018 question 48. That's JAM past question 2018 question 48. See this one. They said we ought to have visited the governor. We ought to have visited the governor. We ought to have visited the governor. Then they gave us what? Several answers there. The right answer would be shouldn't we? We ought to have visited the governor. That is what? Shouldn't we? No, to substitute to say we ought. The question tag of ought is not ought. The question tag of ought is not ought. Is what? Should plus pronoun. So you cannot say we ought to have visited the governor. Oughtn't we? No. The right answer is what? Shouldn't we? Look at it. We ought to have gone home by now. We ought to have gone home by now. That's what? Shouldn't we? We ought to have eaten. Shouldn't we? If I say we ought not to have come to class. We ought not to have come to class. That's what? Should we? Next in the rank is dear not. Dear not. When you use dear not in a sentence, the question tag you can form from it will take what? Can plus a pronoun. Can plus a pronoun. Dear not will give us a question tag which takes what? Can plus a pronoun. Yes. Example, if I say, you dare not smoke on the church premises. You dare not smoke on the church premises. Answer is what? Can you? If I say, they dare not smoke. They dare not smoke in the class. They dare not smoke in the class. Answer is what? Can they? Another example. The workers dare not embark on strike tomorrow. The workers dare not embark on strike tomorrow. What's the answer? Answer what? Me. Can they? Take note. Another instance of question tag formation is when you have need not. Need not. Yes, you need it. Need not. When you have need not, the question will take what? Do plus a pronoun. Do plus a pronoun. Need not to take what? Do plus a pronoun. Example, if you say, we need not worry. We need not worry about our examination. We need not worry about our examination. That's what? Do we? We need not worry about our examination. What's the response? Do we? She need not worry about our result. She need not worry about our result. That's what to be. Does she? Because that's singular from she. I need not worry about my result. That's what? Do I? Tunde need not worry about his forthcoming examination. That's what? Does he? So the noun used in forming the sentence determines whether it's what we do or does. But anyway, generally, once you have need not, the response as a question tag will take what? Do or does plus a pronoun, depending on what? The singular nature or the plural nature of the subject forming what? The sentence. Take note. And then also, when you have may, when you use may in a sentence, the question tag will be formed with use of what? Have plus a pronoun. Yes, you see all these words, all this in your WAEC and what and JAM past questions. Yes, when you have may forming the sentence, the response, which is the question tag, will take what? Have plus a pronoun. There's one in your JAM past question. Check it. If you check JAM 2004 question 62, JAM 2004 question 62, they said, you may have heard the last word from me. You may not have heard the last word from me. That's the question. You may not have heard the last word from me. Then the put option. That's what. That is have you. You may not have heard the last word from me. That's what. Have you. So when you use may to form a sentence, the question tag that is derived from each word to take a have plus a pronoun. And then lastly, for this aspect, when you use indefinite, when you use relative pronouns, now what are relative pronouns? They are who, whom, whose, which, and your what, your that. These are your what? Relative pronouns in English. When you use any of these to separate two clauses, when any of the above pronouns is used to separate two clauses, note, the question tag will be formed based on the verb of the first clause. Where you use any of these to separate two clauses, you will form the question in the tag with the verb or what? The first clause, not second clause. First clause. The verb or the first clause will form what? The question. Take note. Example, if I have It was reported. He stole the money. It was reported he stole the money. The question mark. It was reported he stole the money. Option A, was it? B, didn't he? C, did he? D, wasn't it? Look at it. It was reported he stole the money. Now, okay, you know there is that. It was reported that. It was reported that he stole the money. So we have that here. That is separating what two clauses. The first clause, it was reported. Second clause, he stole the money. As I said, you will use the verb, auxiliary verb on the first one. The auxiliary verb on the first clause is what determines the present. Don't use the verb of the second clause. It will be an error. If you use this one, stole, your answer will be, didn't he? Example, if I say, he stole the money, what answer? Didn't he? But it is this one that commands what you answer. It was reported. Answer is what? Wasn't it? Simple. So it is the verb of the second clause that determines what? The tag formation, where relative pronouns are used to separate what? Two different word clauses. This is the end of the class on a special tag information. Thank you all for listening. Remember, this class is brought to you by Isaac Humanitarian World Foundation. Yes, thank you all for listening. God bless you.